Hi Gemini, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This is your bi-weekly reading, your general bi-weekly Gemini for the weeks between the 22nd of August and the 11th of September. I'm going to pull 6 cards. The first 3 cards are going to represent this week, the 22nd to the 28th. And the second 3 cards are going to represent the energies for the following week, which is the 29th to the 11th of September. I've already meditated and I've already shuffled the cards. I'll do a little bit of that on camera before we get started on your reading. Don't forget that your August love reading is still available, obviously, to view on my channel. And of course, I'll be putting your September readings up next week, probably. Okay, Gemini. Let's get started, my lovelies. Okay. Yeah. Okay. These 2 cards want to come out together, which is annoying, but I will do them. Your first 2, and that one, and then for this following week. Okay, the reason I do it like that is not because I'm like trying to like build suspense, is because I read intuitively, so I get distracted by the energies because that's my job to tune into them. Okay, I'm glad they wanted to come out together actually, because looking at them, you know, this is never something that we enjoy to see. But we've got the 3 of Swords and we've got the Star card. Now let's have a look at these cards. Okay, so this is the first card for this energy for this week. Okay, so it's as if you're healing from a heartbreak, and that is really, really nice. This is obviously a card that relates to betrayal, heartbreak. It's something that's already happened in the past. It could be a long distant past. It doesn't have to be, you know, this week or last month. It could be, you know, a few years ago for some of you. For some of you it is. For some of you it's 4 years ago. And, you know, finally you're healing through. You're healing through over this heartbreak. You're getting over this heartbreak and recognizing, some of you, which is beautiful, the karma of that situation, recognizing that if the heartbreak did not happen, you wouldn't be in the situation and the position that you're in now. So that's really, it's like you can see the beauty, the blessing of the dramatic word here, tragedy. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can see finally the beauty and the blessing of the tragedy. You know, heartbreak doesn't have to relate to relationships. Obviously, it can relate to, you know, our relationships with our parents, with our families. It could also be, you know, it could relate to, bereavement. It could be that, you know, the bereavement of the past, for example, someone passed away and you were heartened, you know, that really broke your heart, and it's as if you're like looking back, you know, like 5 years ago, or for example, it's like you're looking back and you're saying, wow, you know, that was a really difficult time, but it was also a blessing because my life has changed so much and I'm happy now, and I recognize that whilst that was difficult, it's given me a lot, it's taught me so much. So what a beautiful message for the week. You know, what a beautiful energy for the week for you. I'm happy for you, Gemini. I really, truly am. Okay. Your next card is this card here, the 5 of Swords. I've done a couple of posts about the number 5s actually on my Instagram, Key Wisdom Tarot, and Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. So if you want to have a look at the little pieces that I've written about these energies, 5s are a number of change. Okay. Now, all 5s are changes that we must go through, and it's changes that are challenging for us to see through. But number 5 is also an energy of experience. You have to go through this time. You have to experience that challenge. You have to engage with it. You have to recognize that challenge is going on, or that a change is necessary in your life. That's what the 5 of Swords specifically represent. You know, swords are about our conscious thoughts, our minds, our awareness. All fives bring awareness for us. They all bring awareness. So this is about you either recognizing that, becoming aware of the changes that are necessary in your life, the changes that were necessary in your life if you're looking back to the past, or the changes that are now necessary in your life. That's what this card's about. And it's like, for some of you, you don't want to acknowledge the things that you need to change. And it could be something as small, not small, it could be something like, it doesn't have to be your job or your marriage. It could be something like, the way that you talk about yourself in your mind, the way that the type of things that you tell yourself, the type of talk that you, the negative self-talk that you have. And it's about recognizing that exists and that is something that needs to change. That is whatever it is that you need to change in your life, or that you're weighing up and assessing in your life this week. This card shows an awareness, and it's challenging you to become aware of that, but it's something that is necessary for you, for your continued healing. Okay, we've got the Star card though, which represents healing and things being destined and fated. And it is about you being able to continue that healing journey, but it's about your recognition and about your awareness of your perspective, where you are, how you think, how you feel, the things you tell yourself, etc., etc. Okay? And it's challenging, but it's so worth it. I mean, as I said, the number fives, I'm so in love with them. I better be, because it's my personal year is 5 next year, so I'm a bit like, anyway, what's this card? What's this card, darlings? This card is the Queen of Pentacles. And excellent. I love this card. It's my card, darling. I'm a Capricorn, so it's earth energy. It's about manifestation. So, this card is about nurturing, and it's about compassion. It's about wisdom and understanding. It's about recognition, recognizing for yourself the things that you want, the things that you have built in your life, and the things that you want to continue to build in your life. It's as if the only challenge to that is this. It's about your awareness. It's about recognizing the things that need to change so that you can move towards your Queen of Pentacles, so that you can embody that energy of the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles could also represent a person, could represent a mother figure, actually, or that type of energy for you, whether that's an aunt, not an aunt, but it could be an aunt or a grandmother. The type of energy, the mother energy though, and it's also the energy of a wife, for example, someone who provides. The difference between a house and a home, that's what the Queen of Pentacles is. The difference between, comfort, being satisfied and being comfortable, that's the difference between the Queen of Pentacles makes. And you're able to do this. It's like there's new foundations for some of you. You're establishing new foundations in your life, which is so beautiful. You've gone through changes, you've gone through movements, you've gone through transitions, and really you're at a point where you need to be able to recognize that. You need to be able to recognize that, yeah, you might have started off with the Three of Swords, with a really traumatic, heartbreaking situation, an experience that you went through. But that traumatic experience actually has led you to this. Like, look around at your life this week and really be grateful and thankful, and recognize the things that exist in your world because of the tragedy that you went through. It's actually quite similar to that to Aries. So some of you could be dealing with an Aries. We have got some sword energy here. Aries is, what am I talking about? Aries is fire. Excuse me. So some of you could be dealing with fire, but I was thinking Aries just because of the similarity between the readings. So if you, not the cards, the sort of energies. So if you look back at the read, they've all been at the same time. So look back at them. Excellent. I'm glad this one came out. And we've got the Seven of Wands, we've got the Judgment card, and we've got the Nine of Cups. you know, it really is. This is a card. I knew the sevens would be prominent this month, so I'm going to have to do an extra video or something about the sevens. When I was meditating last night, before, you know, knowing that I was doing these readings today, the number sevens, I was like, oh, they're going to come up tomorrow. And literally every reading I've done, I've had a number 7. So, and I've done 4, you're the 4th, and they've all been, the sevens have been prominent. 7 of Wands. So remember, we've got the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is victory. And 7 of Wands is about being challenged in that victory. You know, it's like you are challenged to, I really think this is about your recognition, really understanding how far you have come, and because of those situations, it's like some of you don't want to acknowledge the fact that something bad actually turned into something really, really good. Like something really awful that happened actually has led to this. It's actually led to everything you want, and it's like you might feel guilty about that. You know what I mean? Like you might feel guilty about the fact that, oh, I'm gonna say, right, for example, right, this might not apply to anybody, but it might. But for example, it's like you were married and then your husband or your wife passed away, died. And you ended up, or have begun, a new relationship with somebody else, maybe someone that your ex-husband or, you know, the widowed person knew. You know, you've started a relationship with that person, and it's like, and you're really happy, but you feel guilty because it's like, oh, well, my husband died and then now I'm all happy again. And it's like, you're allowed to be. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to it's not, doesn't mean that you didn't love that person because you are now happy. You didn't love that person. Of course you love that person. Of course it was like a good relationship or whatever, you know, but it's whatever you feel guilty about. But it's as if you feel guilty about now being happy. It's as if you feel guilty because you've moved on. And you're like, oh, you know, that person's passed away and I'm now being happy in my life. But you're allowed to be happy. The universe wants you to be happy. You should. And that's what this is about. It's about challenging. You've got to recognise, and it's difficult for you because it's almost as if you don't want to let those feelings of happiness in. That's what it feels like. It's like you don't want to. This is usually, we say, we stand up for what you believe in. And I really think you shouldn't stand up for that way of thinking. You should be recognising that there's healing that's happened, that even though the situation was this, it caused you to feel like this, it was difficult, it was challenging, it was heartbreaking, even though it made you feel like this, it led to healing. And these two, remember, wanted to come out at the same time. And that's I don't think that's ever happened before, actually. The fact that they wanted to come out at the same time is showing you that was a blessing. The heartbreak, whether it was a bereavement, an end of a relationship, I don't know, prison sentence, I don't know, whatever it was, that was a blessing. That was destined to happen. Them two came out at the same time. You saw me do it. And you've now got to see that for yourself. That's what this card's representing with the Judgment card. You know, it's about bearing your soul. It's about recognising, same as that in that respect, to be fair. It's about basically laying yourself bare, you know, looking at your life and weighing it up in a way, like saying, I know it sounds awful. Some of you, I can feel that, when you feel so guilty for being happy. And you shouldn't be feeling guilty for being happy. You should just be happy. And it's like, you know, we've got the 9 of Cups here. It's like, be happy, but it's like you don't want, it's like you feel like you don't want to be. And I really want you to lower that. And I really think that for you, the challenge for this next week is recognising that your dreams and wishes have already come true. And that maybe not in the way that you expected, but do not feel guilty about that. Don't feel guilty about the fact that your dreams and wishes have come true. The universe has granted those things for you, and you feel guilty about them, and you shouldn't. Because all in all, that situation, whatever it was for you, has led to this. That's what it's led to. It's led to your wish fulfillment, and you cannot feel guilty about that because it's destined, literally written in the stars. Okay, so please have some compassion for yourself this next couple of weeks, and recognize that it's okay to realize, it's okay to become aware, and to see clearly where you are now because of the experiences of the past. Okay, bless you, Gemini. Okay, don't feel guilty for being happy. That's the message for you. That's what I'm going to call your reading. Okay, Gemini, thank you so much for your love and attention. I will be, and all your support. You're so good at your videos, Gemini. You're always liking. I think this one's at 17,000. The August love readings at 17,000. You know, Gemini, you kill it every single time. You smash it. So thank you. And I'll be back next week, as I said, with your September love readings. Thank you so much. If you want personal reading, it's keywisdomtarot@gmail.com. And obviously your subscribers discounts still count. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Take it easy. Bye.